It's a first alert action day. I'm meteorologist Stacey Donaldson. We have snow moving through the state, but this is what it looks like here in downtown Denver. We've had flurries now and then, but not a lot of substantial snowfall like we have seen farther to the north around Fort Collins, toward Loveland, even into Boulder right now. It's snowing pretty good. As you see here from our camera on Boulder, Pearl Street Mall from Tebow Properties, and this is the snow that's falling right now in Boulder, and we're getting a good coating at this point. We're still expecting about 4 to 8 inches of snow that direction and here for the metro area. But up in the high country, significant amounts of snow already. We've seen about a foot from Winter Park to Breckenridge to Loveland Ski Area. This is what it looks like at Steamboat Ski Resort. And this is some of the snow totals that we've seen here in the last 24 hours. And you'll notice that most of these higher snow totals are up in the high country, from Estes Park at 10.5 inches to Breckenridge at 10, and then Fort Collins about 5 inches of snow. And we did have a winter weather advisory there. Now it's been upgraded to a winter storm warning as we expect more snow on top of the 5 inches that's already come down. The city of Loveland, 3 inches for you and about 1.5 in Boulder. And we still have the snow coming down now, and we're expecting more in through the rest of tonight. So far what we've seen is some energy pushing through that put most of the snow up in the high country and to our north toward Fort Collins and just parts south toward Bertha and Loveland. Now what we're going to see is a secondary batch of moisture coming in through tonight and into tomorrow, and that's going to dump another foot and a half of snow up in the mountains and about 4 to 8 inches here across the Front Range. So this is by 5 o'clock tonight. You see the snow has moved across the Front Range and across the eastern plains as well. And as we go into the later evening hours, this will be by 7:30. You see that darker blue patch of snow coming this way? That means it's going to be snowing more heavily with these bands of snow that'll be moving on through. So by 10 o'clock, we still have that snow across the Front Range. And as we total up the snowfall all the way through tomorrow evening, it looks like we'll have right around 5 to 6 inches here for the metro area. But notice all this pink shaded region here off to our west. That's where we have those winter storm warnings, and we're looking at another potentially foot of snowfall off to our west from Winter Park up toward Estes Park and Allens Park. So just keep that in mind, that we'll have significant snowfall totals here going all the way in to Sunday evening. As for the radar picture, this is that first batch of snow we were talking about here, just along the Front Range. We're starting to see that fill in here for the Denver area, but this is that batch of energy coming in from the southwest that will put more snow in the high country and bring the snow here in heavier amounts for the Front Range and for the eastern plains, which is why we have all of our watches and warnings that have been issued. So here right around Denver, we're starting to see development of snow off east of E470 out toward the airport. To the north in Boulder, I just showed you that shot where we see those big fat flakes coming down, and down toward Conifer as well, up toward Idaho Springs. So in the mountains, like I said, we've had about a foot of snow so far. We've had about 5 inches of snow toward Fort Collins, and we'll see more of this develop as we head through the rest of tonight. And across the eastern plains, we had some snow showers earlier today. Those have died down and moved out. And then down into southwestern Colorado, we still have snowfall as well. Everything shaded in pink is a winter storm warning. And like I said, they upgraded the winter weather advisory toward Fort Collins to a warning now, because we're expecting snow into tonight and early tomorrow. Winter weather advisory stretching from Denver all the way across the plains. They also upgraded the Burlington area to a winter storm warning also as that energy moves that way. So overall, we're looking about 3 to 8 inches here across the Front Range, 6 to 12 for the foothills and all the way up toward Fort Collins. Another 15 potentially around the central mountains, and 12 to 36 overall for our northern mountains. So we've already seen about a foot of that, and it looks like we'll see another foot more. As we watch all of this moisture coming in from the southwest, this is that next batch of energy that's coming this way. So it's going to be moving on in and pulling all of that snowfall up our direction. So as we go through tonight, it's going to get very cold. Our temperatures will stay in the 20s, but our highs tomorrow only in the teens, and we'll have single digits for overnight lows. So as you wake up tomorrow morning, temperature will be about 7 degrees out and the wind chill factor below 0. And we'll have snow throughout tonight, and it looks like we'll have more snow as we head into the afternoon and evening tomorrow, because this snowfall slowed down. So that's why we're expecting that more extended period of snow moving on through. Like I said, about 9 o'clock tonight, we'll have a wave of heavier bands of snow moving through. It sticks around through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And even when it starts to clear out for the eastern plains, we still see snow here across the I-25 corridor even until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, and the snow's still falling up in the high country. So take it really easy on the roads because this is something that's going to stick around here for the next 24 hours or so. And we're looking at about, like I said, 4 to 8 inches here across the Front Range. So, Eric, how's it looking on the roads? Have we had any troubles around because of
No. You know, it's nice that it's, the weekend.
Right.
So the north side has been pretty consistent all morning. When we were live, when I was on the desk this morning for our morning newscast, the snow, it was light snow, through Fort Collins, Greeley area, really all morning, and it's kind of still the same. So we've got a traffic cam we're showing you here from Northwest Parkway. So this is, we're getting closer to the downtown area from this point on the northern part of town, and you can see the snow, very light, maybe a little dusting there on the highway, but the drive really isn't going to be too bad at all. Take a look if we can, FrameSync 34, Dan, our director upstairs. That's Boulder. It's kind of pretty. A lot of people are out enjoying the evening, bundled up. A little bit of snow. They've been having to clear away the sidewalks pretty much all day up there with some pretty consistent snow in the Boulder area. And then on FrameSync 35, Dan, that's the golden camera, and you can't see anything there. So it's definitely moved in, but we're just not seeing much snow in the metro area yet. And then FrameSync 40 is from our Mile High camera. You can see the city there in the shot. We'll go to the big map. I'm here in the traffic center. Kind of just monitoring all the, all the roads, and you can see there pretty much light volume anywhere you go. Just getting people in Lakewood on Facebook. I'm monitoring our Facebook feed from my cell phone here. Light snow in Lakewood. Got a dusting now from Beth.
Nice.
So thanks for watching us, Beth. Also, somebody from Conifer said the snow's coming down pretty good in Conifer now. So yeah, that map is starting to finally fill in, that radar map. Kind of what we've been expecting through the day. I'm going to find another camera up in the mountains, show you what's going on in the high country, Vail Pass area. Dan, you can switch over to our CDOT cameras whenever you want, buddy. This is from Vail, and see what's nice is it's really not even that bad up in the high country. I've been monitoring the roads all day. CDOT really hasn't been sending any big alerts out about closures or anything like that, and that's because we've got mainly just wet roads on the highway. That's through Vail. And I'll continue to go a little bit further to the east and show you what's going on. Where do we want to go next? Let's try Silverthorne. So this is a little bit closer to the Eisenhower Tunnel, and yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. So if you were wondering about how it would be if you're going to head up west tonight, a lot of people are actually going to be coming home, really. So far, it looks like the drive's going to be okay on the highway. Now tomorrow, Stacy, that's going to... If this storm's going to come in later, everyone's going to be coming home Sunday afternoon, and that's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
We know through Georgetown. Let's check out Georgetown, because if you're familiar with the mountains, you know that Georgetown is a waste of time at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. That bottleneck right there. But, yeah, you're just fine. You know, it would be a good, well, maybe not, because the snow's going to come in, but Bojo's in Idaho Springs. Oh. Now I want pizza.
I know, right?
You can maybe go to Bojo's right now for an early dinner.
Hey, I'd go right now if you want to enjoy the powder tomorrow, and maybe
that's a good idea.
I'd leave now, and then you'll be able to enjoy it tomorrow. Feet of powder.
Yes.
And then maybe stay into
Smart
early
idea.
Monday. Yeah.
Smart
always
idea.
Thinking, Eric. Always.
Go to the hot springs in Idaho.
Oh, even better. Pizza and hot springs. What?
I'm planning a vacation here. We can go to Screenwriter, Dan, to show you the misery map, the FlightAware misery map. This is cool if you've never gone to it. It kind of just shows you where the worst of it is when it comes to flight delays. Obviously, on days like this, you'll want to check your flights. And when the snow starts falling here in the next few hours, that's when we'll see some more delays. Denver's already got some delays, 27 delays, 7 cancellations. Kind of surprises me, actually. There's no snow out there yet, but obviously weather conditions in the Midwest don't look too great, so Chicago O'Hare is another spot that's kind of seeing some issues, and then your big airports, New York, D.C., and then on the West Coast, San Francisco and LAX. So that's just kind of cool, something to look at. But if you're heading to the airport right now, you're going to be fine. So the roads are dry. We can take, let's see, go back to the traffic map, Dan, just to show you that everything's looking fine across the metro. While we're looking at that, I'm going to go see what's going on near the airport. It's going to be dry, but we'll take a look anyway. We've got a camera at Airport Boulevard. Let me find that one here. Takes me a second. So many cameras. All right, we're getting closer. You can switch over to the CDOT camera, Dan, if you want. Here, I've got it. Here's Airport Boulevard. Should be wide open for you. Oh, you know what? We might have a little bit of moisture out to the north and east. Stacy, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I just saw a few flakes, but it looks, does it
Yeah,
look
it looks
wet
like
on
the
road?
highway's damp a
Yeah.
little bit, but that's just fine. You can see traffic's running smooth. But the problem is tonight it's going to cool off.
Oh.
And then if the snow really starts to pick up, it's probably going to be a mess. Last week I was craving Dave & Buster's for dinner. Yes, Dave & Buster's.
As one does.
And we went out right in the middle of that storm.
Oh, did you?
Good Lord. But I was craving Dave & Buster's, so we had to go.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And it was a mess. So just be prepared that if the snow comes down, now I'm going to get made fun of for craving Dave & Buster's. But yeah, we know what can happen and how quickly it can change.
Oh, yeah.
So once this does finally move in, we'll see some issues. Oh, let's go to FrameSync 38, Dan, because this is cool. Chet's Dream up at Loveland. They closed down for an electrical issue. What was it, yesterday, I think?
Yeah.
Well, they're back open, and everybody's taking advantage of the second half of the day.
They've already had 11 inches.
Holy, man, the mountains have been getting slammed.
Wow.
It's been nice.
So good.
I went to Powell for a vacation last summer, and it was, you know, the lake was going down and now that'll be nice with the snowpack when it melts this year.
For sure.
Fill up those lakes downstream. But from the traffic center, Stace, that's really all I got. It's really not too bad. Again, you're going to have wet roads up on the north side, west side, and then obviously once this moves in, we're going to see some issues. Let's just be thankful it's the weekend and a lot of people will stay home and just enjoy their homes.
Yeah, these last few storms have been hitting on the weekends, which is nice to be able to not
That's
have
true.
so much traffic on the roads.
Right.
But yeah, we've had feet of snow so far up in the mountains, and we're expecting more in through tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, if you want to go enjoy that powder, like Eric was saying, leave now. Oh, maybe I said that. Leave now because the roads aren't too bad now. But once that snow kicks in tonight and tomorrow, it looks like those roads will be a lot worse. We've also seen, flurries off and on all day here in Denver. And we were just saying that someone on Facebook said in Lakewood, there's a nice coating. We've had between 3 and 5 inches from Berthoud to Loveland to Fort Collins. So definitely those northern suburbs have been seeing more snowfall. And here in the Denver area, we're expecting that to move in as we go through tonight. So
Hey, Stace.
heavier snow tonight.
Yeah, we've got a few questions on Facebook. Larry says, what's it look like to DIA from Inglewood at 1 a.m.? Man, he must be taking a...
Ooh,
he
red
must
eye.
have taken a red eye. That could be actually
That
could be an issue.
tricky, Larry, because that snow will be coming in here in the next few hours, and when it does, it'll be like those last couple of storms we've had where it changes so quickly once that energy really moves into the Front Range. So you're going to have to take it really slow, maybe allow extra time to get to where you're headed, so that you have enough time to go slow if need be. But that may be a tough drive for you in the middle of the night.
So we've had our last Facebook Live earlier. I know Pueblo, Colorado Springs, not necessarily our viewing area, but we do have some people watching on Facebook. So the south side's not going to get hit as hard, right?
Well, it's much more quiet right now to the south, but there are still winter weather advisories in effect along I-25 all the way down toward Castle Rock. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, Colorado Springs. So let me show you this map right here. Yeah. The winter weather advisory stretches all the way down to Colorado Springs and Pueblo. So that means 3 to 8 inches of snowfall for you guys. And this extends in through tomorrow, late morning. So this storm is going to be something that will affect us tonight, throughout the night, into early tomorrow. And right now, the radar picture is just starting to fill in that snowfall along I-25. You
Yep.
can see it kind of just filling in right there from the west. And then we have the bulk of the major energy out toward Grand Junction, Montrose, and Telluride. And you can kind of see that rain and that snow coming up. Once that low comes this direction, it's really just going to dump here across the Front Range. So right now, it is starting to fill in.
A couple people asking about the Nuggets game. It's at 7 o'clock tonight.
You
Jim
should be
Smith.
fine tonight. It's going home.
Okay.
Don't forget the jackets and everything, because as you're going home, you might be running to the car with the snowfall that's coming down. This is what the radar looks like at this point. We've seen some development now towards Strasburg, some light snow out toward the airport. Somebody called it on Facebook earlier. It's just spitting out here. It's just spitting. Heavier snowfall out toward Boulder, which we've been showing you that picture, and out toward Conifer and Bailey as well, and along I-70 up to Georgetown. But because it's been coming down at such a light rate here around the Denver area and up into the foothills. So far, roads are fine because it was so warm yesterday. It was almost 50 degrees yesterday afternoon. And today it's only in the 20s. Tomorrow it'll only be 15 for an afternoon high. We do still see snow up toward Fort Collins, and that's going to continue on through tonight. They did upgrade that winter weather advisory to a winter storm warning in through tomorrow as more snow is expected. And then down to the south, we'll see this fill in as well from Colorado Springs all the way up toward Castle Rock. And we are under a winter weather advisory there too. Eric?
So it really is filling in because, you know, I've been staring at that radar all morning and it was just staying up north. And so we've got a CDOT camera now at 470. So this is going to be that west side of town where it's starting to fill in. And this is 470 at Alameda Parkway. And it looks like it's a little breezy there too. The snow's starting to come down. Getting a little wet there, some splashback, maybe a little bit of slush on 470 there near Green Mountain. Doesn't look like visibility is very good there either. So there you go. It is starting to move in, and that side of town's going to get a good brunt of this storm, right? Along 470.
That winter storm warning is right up against C470 right there. So we're going to have heavier amounts on the southwest side of town between that 6 to 12 inch range. So it's no surprise that we're starting to see the dusting, the coating there now, because as that really starts to kick in, it will be snowing there longer through the overnight hours. But yeah, on the radar, you can definitely see those bands coming in on that southwest side.
Marilyn Martin, no great amounts. I'm guessing she's asking about...
no great amounts.
Well, I guess we can go both. Oops. Maybe she's looking at amounts that have already come down and what's expected. Maybe we'll just tell her both.
Yeah, so far here in Denver, no great amounts. We're just starting to see, we had expected this to happen. It was two pieces of energy coming this way, two low pressure areas. And the first one came through and put most of that snow up toward Fort Collins, Berthoud, and Loveland, even out toward Boulder. So that was up to about 5 inches of snow. If that had been Denver, we would have seen about 5 inches of snow so far. But because it was a little farther north, we didn't see as much here. We've only seen really some flurries. And then now here comes the second batch of energy, and it's going to come in from the southwest, and that's the one that's really we've been expecting to put a lot more snowfall into our scenario here. This camera we were just looking at is right over here where we're seeing those bands of snow on that southwest side near Green Mountain and such. Yeah. Starting to get that coverage there. But so far in the mountains, we've had 10 inches to 12 inches of snow for most of our resorts.
Nice.
So that's been good. And then we're expecting another foot more. And here in Denver, that snow will kick in here in the next couple hours, and it'll just keep snowing throughout tonight.
Here's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Meg. She says, I know you're focusing on the metro area, but I'm also interested in weather-wise for western Kansas. So, I mean, what's... That's a good question.
It is a good question, Meg. Actually, they have... I should zoom out.
Got to zoom out on that
one. I know. So we have some moisture out there already, eastern Colorado, up toward Kansas, Nebraska. And they also... put out a winter storm warning for this area. We're expecting about 3 to 8 inches, but look at that. The winter storm warning extends from eastern Colorado out into the plains. So we're going to be seeing snowfall there as well. Meg, if you're traveling, it looks like tonight and tomorrow you will be running into icy roads. And sometimes when we get these warnings put up, not only in the high country here for Colorado, but even into Kansas, they shut down parts of I-70 because it gets too treacherous with the winds blowing and the snow coming down. So if you have a trip planned or you're out that way, maybe delay a little bit if you can, leaving either now or wait until Monday because it looks like tomorrow it'll snow.
I've got friends and family in Burlington and Stratton.
Do you?
So they're under warning too.
Oh,
looks
warning.
Like.
Yep. Okay. Winter storm warning.
Here's one. Bill, I don't think he's going to be in good shape driving home from Steamboat tomorrow to Denver. Is that going to be pretty messy?
That's going to be tough. And I think most everyone is going to have that experience coming down from enjoying such beautiful powder and just enjoying the great snowfall that we've had. They've already had quite a bit of snow up towards Steamboat, and they're expecting even more in through tonight. There's a winter weather advisory in effect there. And as you see, all that snowfall's coming in from the west, and it's just going to keep on coming in through tonight. So the roads are going to be tough. It may take a little longer. You know, sometimes we hear people say, I left Vail and it took me, 4 hours to get back to Denver or more. That's going to be a similar situation from Steamboat down this way for tomorrow. So if you can delay, I would do that. If you could try and leave now, I would try that. So we've got this window here in through tonight and tomorrow where it's going to get a little tricky.
So I'm not sure we can go, Dan, if we can go to the Highlands Ranch area, the CDOT cameras. I don't know if that just might be a bad camera. It's Santa Fe. I'm going to try to find another
it's
one.
Just dirty.
Can you pull up radar for me, Stace? I'm going to try to find oh, there we go. I'm going to try to find a camera to maybe see. Yeah, it's filling in all over that southwest side of town. Yeah, here's one. It's definitely some condensation on the camera. So this is at Kipling.
Great.
So now we're finally starting to see at least some impacts.
Oh yeah.
From this storm actually hitting the metro area rather than way up to the north and out to the west. So that's at Kipling there. And if we go to FrameSync 36, you can see how it's really starting to fill in now from this this camera. This is on our rooftop at the station. Oh no, it's not. It's the UC Health camera looking down 6th Avenue.
And that one, if you look really carefully, you can see the snowfall in the foreground there, right?
Oh, there's a flake. I saw a flake.
Yeah, if you look, you squint, you can see it.
It's coming, man. It's coming. It just took a while.
And this is just the beginning, too. So as we start to see these flakes fly more and more, it's just going to keep going in through the rest of tonight.
I'm going to try a Broadway camera.
So when we wake up tomorrow morning, it'll look a lot different outside than it does now.
Yes, it will. Tomorrow morning when we're up doing the newscast, I got a feeling we're going to have a lot more to show.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be here, too.
Yeah, we're working double time. Huh? Katie will be on the desk with me. You're going to be covering the weather.
Yep.
Here's University from CDOT. Looks like it's still dry. That's a horrible camera, too, isn't it? Looks like it's snowing. It's not. Let's look at Quebec. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Take a look, everyone. That's just beautiful. I'm going to try one more, and we're not getting lucky with these cameras in Highlands Ranch. This one's probably not even going to work. Here it comes. And it's black. Nice. All right, Stace, you can take over here.
All right.
Find another camera.
And just like Eric was talking about, on the west-southwest side is we're starting to really see this area fill in here. And the roads are just wet, but it is coming this direction. So it's coming toward Denver. Oh, that doesn't make an arrow.
How about Thornton around 7 p.m.? Jennifer's asking.
It should be snowing in Thornton around 7 p.m.
Okay.
And it should be coming down at a pretty good clip.
And then,
this way.
Hi, Channel 7, any info about New Mexico into Colorado?
New Mexico into Colorado. There is a winter storm warning in effect down that way. If you're traveling like Raton Pass and all that, see how this extends down into New Mexico? It depends on the track you're taking. Through the pass, there is a winter storm warning right there, but as you see from Trinidad all the way down into New Mexico, there's not much there, but up in the higher elevations, we have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings, just like we do here for our mountains. So you shouldn't have too much problem. You know, did she say when she was leaving or?
No,
okay.
But maybe she'll chime back in here.
If you're anywhere near the pink shaded areas, that's about 6 to 12 inches of snow. If that helps you in any way, if you're around Taos or down towards Santa Fe, that's about 3 to 5.
Okay.
But if you're coming up I-25 toward Trinidad, the pass is about all that's going to,
So we had someone, if you want to pull up CDOT, Dan, had someone say it's coming down really good in Boulder, and so here's a camera from Colorado Avenue, and it's starting to cover up the streets.
Sticking, yeah, for sure.
So when this happens in the metro, oh boy, because then it's just going to get ugly.
And it's going to look just like that, where the roads are snow covered and icy. And with our overnight lows tonight, we'll be around 4 or 5 degrees, and the wind chill factor will be below 0. So that's one of those things we were talking about the Nuggets game. When you leave tonight, it is going to be cold.
See, that's why I like March, because it's supposed to snow, but then it's warm and it melts the next day. Good Lord, I'm so ready for the spring. And I live here. My whole life.
Right?
I've lived here my whole life, and I'm ready for spring. Let's see. Southwest part of town, Colin, we've been talking about that. That's going to get hit pretty hard. It's already starting to come down now. DIA, what do you think? When do you think? Next hour?
Yeah,
a couple
next
hours?
hour.
So DIA is going to start. They've got de-icing. Here, let's go to, I'm going to pull something up.
Because there's just been a few flakes here and there.
Yeah.
Since.
Screenwriter Dan, my friend. So here it is. The security times are just fine right now. out at the airport. I was anchoring this morning. We were talking about how they've got crews ready to go to de-ice all the planes
Great.
out of DIA, but that will cause delays. So,
And I saw CDOT yesterday laying down all the liquid for, is that mag chloride? Putting down on the roads just in case, you know,
oh, yep.
to keep people from slipping and sliding. So that's good.
Let's see. Wesley says the forecast has been phony all day. You dropped
Phony or funny?
phony. You dropped the ball last week, and that's why you're saying.
Thanks, Eric. You're making my day.
And that's why you're saying 4 to 8 this week, because you dropped the ball, Stacy, last week.
I heart you, Eric.
Hey, we got to do all the comments from Facebook Live, right, Wesley? Hey, look. Hey,
Thanks, Wesley.
hey, if there's 4 to 8 inches, Wesley owes you
He owes
donuts.
me, yeah.
Donuts.
Snow nuts.
That's pretty funny. Colin says, I suggest staying home and enjoying a movie. That is true.
And some hot chocolate.
Oh, Lookout Mountain, we've got some flakes. Pull it up, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep, starting to come down at Lookout Mountain now. I'm going to see if there's another boulder cam.
Oh, we're
here.
just at the beginning.
It begins.
It begins.
Here's a shot from McCaslin on our CDOT cam. So US 36 is pretty much filling in for good now.
Oh, yeah, look at
So
that.
if you're heading into Boulder or about to or heading out of Boulder, it's not looking too good.
Yeah, that would be an issue, too, on 93. Be really careful on there when you're going between Golden and Boulder. That usually gets pretty tricky, too, in the snow.
And how about our roof cam, Dan, from FrameSync 37? Yep, it's starting to come down right outside our news station.
Great.
So here it comes. Well, is that it for us, Stace?
I think that's it.
For
I
our
think
update?
we've covered it all, and we
We've
have
kind of
a
run out of
show
things
here.
to say. We've run out of things to say, haven't we? But we're going to be doing this through the evening. The 5 o'clock news is starting. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
It's 4:17, so
Yeah,
we've
we're
got
getting
a
close.
few minutes.
Don't forget, we're on Amazon Fire, we're on Apple TV and Roku. Search Denver 7. That's important to find us on those resources. And of course, we're always on the denverchannel.com and on Facebook, like a lot of you are right now. Thanks for your comments, everybody. If we didn't get to you, we're sorry.
Thank you.
Hey, Liz says she believes you.
Thanks, Liz. Liz saves the day.
Woo!
Liz.
Liz is cool. All right, guys, thanks. And we're here for you, so stick with us
See
for
you
the weather
soon.
coverage as it comes in. Bye.